Okay, so one thing when you're remodeling a home or flipping a home, I should say, is trying to get it sold. One thing in these old homes built in the 1900s is they had all sandstone foundation and it looks really creepy and really awful. Take a look. I want to show you how I'm going to fix this. So there's some really bad areas that just look absolutely awful. It's already been kind of painted a couple of times, but this is like where our laundry room is. And you can just see it just kind of deteriorated, and where it even gets worse is something like this. So this is just kind of just spray painted or sprayed with a primer, and it looks really creepy and awful. So I'm going to show you what I typically do in an old basement like this, or I'll even show you in the back room as well. So this is kind of an unfinished area, but it looks awful, so I need to address this. Yes, it looks like I'm in a dungeon. So I want to give you a quick tip on how to address sandstone like this and make it look a lot more appealing. Old basements really creep people out, so if you're trying to sell your home, you have to address this and make this look better. So what I'm going to use is dry lock. I always get the powdered stuff because it dries quicker and it does a better job of spraying it. So this is not necessarily, it is a waterproofing material. That's not really what I'm using it for. I'm just using it to create like a candy shell so I have something to spray onto and that will hold on to and look a lot better. So this is really helpful. And the other thing I have, as you can see, is a big hopper gun. So I've had this for as long as I've been flipping homes, about 20 years, and it's called a Tzex sprayer. So this is just like a glorified hand sprayer, just to be able to dump the whole bucket in there, and then it has a gun that I can basically spray everything with. Really, really helpful for this. So let's go ahead and mix our mixture up here. So yeah, the gun, you just hook up to a air compressor and press the trigger and you're spraying it just like a regular paint sprayer. One thing I would advise, be a little bit smarter than me, actually use a respirator. I should have gone up and gotten my respirator. This is like the last part of my project. The basements usually are the last thing to finish because of all the different things when it comes to the plumbing and electrical and all the mess that you make. I usually do in the basement. So this is the last step of this flip home project, but I use basically 2 buckets of the door lock, and I'm really just addressing the areas that were flaking off or having issues where paint's not going to hold on to the sandstone. But if you did buy multiple buckets of this stuff, you can really create a nice shell on everything. So ideally 6 buckets of this stuff probably would have done really great for this entire basement, but you know, it does cost a little bit of money to do this, and you might have to do actually 2 different coats in order to you know, completely fill. But even like this area, it was already painted and this was done previously years and years ago, so I'm only just kind of spotting areas that are needed. Okay, so do I have volume? Yeah. You can see there's like a candy shell over top of this. Now I have something that the paint can adhere to, and it'll make it look a lot nicer down here. So all I'm going to do is spray it with some Pro Blocker concrete primer, and we should be good to go. It'll look a lot nicer. Okay, so then to top it off, I like to use this color top stain. This is a concrete stain, so it's a very loose consistency, and I just spray the entire floor to make it all look a lot better. And coming down into the basement, again, this is a 1900s home, so you have to be aware of that. So down here, basically got a new hot water tank, resurfaced our furnace room, painted everything, so it's a nice, dry, clean basement. We got our laundry hookups here with our vent going outside, and we also have basement access out to the backyard as well.